We're getting not one, but two Nikas fighting side by side for the first time ever. And an ancient 200-year-old iron giant is about to wake up and throw the hardest punch in One Piece history. If you've been waiting to see that legendary robot in action, this is your episode. The broadcast signal? Completely dead. Vegapunk's voice just vanished mid-sentence, and people across the entire world are panicking trying to understand what happened. From their perspective, this genius scientist starts dropping world-shattering revelations, then suddenly goes silent. Everyone's thinking the same thing. Did someone just murder this man for exposing forbidden secrets? Before we jump in, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any One Piece episodes. Over in Alabasta, citizens are struggling accepting this reality. They can't imagine their royal government just erasing someone like Vegapunk. But here's what they don't know. The world government already did exactly that to King Cobra. And the propaganda's working perfectly because Luffy's getting blamed for everything. Cut to some random kingdom where this chef's talking to his king about the situation. The chef's defending the world government hard, saying there's no way they'd eliminate the world's smartest person, even if laws were broken. You see how their narrative control works. Regular people worldwide can't even imagine them being that corrupt. Then you've got Leo and Rebecca. Leo's looking shocked like, wait, this really was Luffy's doing? And Rebecca's just standing there disappointed. Leo, my guy, you literally fought alongside these people at Dressrosa. How are you buying this nonsense? We're back on the water surrounding Egghead, and these Navy ships are absolutely losing it watching War Curie in his full demon boar form. This massive beast is towering over everything, and the Marines are terrified because witnessing the Elders in these monster transformations breaks every rule they've got. But what choice do they have? The Elders make direct contact with York. She's terrified, but still answers somewhat casually, which honestly takes guts. They get straight to business, demanding to know how many Vegapunks still function besides her. York pulls up punk records checking active connections. Two names appear, Lilith as number 2 and Atlas as number 5. York reports Lilith's in Labostratum while Atlas is at the northeastern coast. The Gorosei don't hesitate even a second, eliminate both immediately. Marcus Mars confirms what they've been banking on. Punk Records was designed to keep expanding and storing knowledge even after Stella's gone. With York on their side, they've got access to all that genius. Here's what I'm thinking watching this go down. York played herself hard. She thought betraying the other satellites would elevate her, but she's just become a tool for the Elders. They're not keeping her around because they value her, they're keeping her because she's useful. The second Punk Records stops being valuable, or they figure out another access method. York's expendable. She sold out her family for a seat at a table where she'll never actually hold power. We cut to Kaku yelling at Stussy with his back completely turned. He questions if she hadn't seen his response coming and mocks the whole friendship idea. He makes it clear he respected her as a cutthroat agent but knows nothing will change, rob Lucci's mind about her betrayal. Stussy's sobbing trying to respond, but Kaku loudly cuts her off, telling her to just go. When she finally leaves, Kaku does his best, holding back his true feelings. Here's my take on this. Kaku was actually touched by her friendship mention, but knows how ruthless Lucci can be. For her safety, it's best they part here. These Cypher Pole agents are still human underneath everything. Down on that massive giant ship, Dory, Brogy, and Luffy are celebrating finally getting aboard. Reliefs all over their faces. Bonney does something interesting. She actually calls him Luffy instead of Straw Hat for the first time. Frankie and Sanji are looking way up at these giant captains while Luffy's running around amazed by how enormous everything is, asking where his crew ended up. Two younger vice admirals are barking orders saying, with all these battleships surrounding them, letting the enemy escape is unacceptable. But the giants are steamrolling through Marine forces. It's not even close. Marines start worrying about their commanding officers, and they should be. Vice Admiral Dahl, Vice Admiral Bluegrass, and that mechanized sea beast weapon all got transformed into little kids by Bonney's power. Bluegrass might hate being tiny, but even she's impressed by how strong Bonney's age fruit is. And Bonney's only 12 herself. Imagine her capabilities as an adult. Bonney's standing there with a pistol mocking these shrunken officers, knowing they'll face consequences. Kashi gets pulled back after that brutal Dole beating. Luffy's excited reuniting with giant friends. Jinbei radios Nami saying their group's leaving now. Nami promises following since Edison's sacrifice gave them cloud escape reaching the ocean. But new Sturo's rising nearby, so Nami mentions needing landing support. Jinbei immediately volunteers, declaring Nami, Robin, and Lilith his top priorities, literally says even if the ship sinks, nothing stops him rescuing them. Usopp loses it because Jinbei excluded every guy. Frankie swears protecting the Thousand Sunny, and Usopp's still heated. That's when St. Marcus Mars appears in Itsamade form, this massive flaming bird demon. Sanji clenches his jaw, watching. Bonney realizes this marks her third Elder battle. Meanwhile, Luffy's already bonding with the giant chef. Chef got warnings about Luffy's appetite and prepared mountains of food. He did not expect watching every plate vanish in seconds. Luffy apologizes, explaining if going Gear 5th again, he needs refueling calories. Tells the chef make more for later, which cracks the giant up. Mars unleashes devastating fire beam. Giants raise shields protecting smaller people, but flames spread threatening their sails. Two giants step forward, Bjorn and Sig. Marines are lost seeing this giant flaming bird attacking their enemies. Bonney shouts, thanking giants while insisting moving Stella and Kuma safer. Atlas volunteers carrying both. Dory and Brogy frustrated, another monster appeared. Unfortunately, can't ignore one that flies chasing forever. Mars declares nobody escapes. Right then, Frankie feels something unexpected. The entire ocean and everything touching it starts bouncing to this rhythm. Marines think earthquake, while Luffy's satisfied from eating. As bouncing continues, Marines question if everything Vegapunk said was real because water's acting like a trampoline. But Mars recognizes what's happening and shifts focus. Luffy spots Bonney and shouts to her excited. She's shocked, yelling, "Nika!" But Luffy has zero clue what she means. Dory and Brogy dancing to liberation drums, but Brogy insists someone stop dancing to extinguish fires. Luffy tells Bonney team up, taking down threats. Young pirate doubts matching his level. But Luffy refuses backing down, even not fully understanding her powers. He's confident she can do this. Hearing Luffy's faith makes Bonney remember what he said about transformation. That's how he looks when totally free. That clicks. Bonney activates Distorted Future. Kuma's body stays still as we see his promise to Ginny flash. The future Bonney imagines? One where she's completely free. Boom, two Nikas on that ship, liberation drums playing doubled. Luffy's loving this. Marines have zero understanding what they're witnessing. Mars suddenly isn't looking confident. Luffy's ready battling another Elder. Bonney's ready too. Somewhere else, liberation drums cause effects. Something's wrong and they need moving fast. Bonney's admiring her new Nika form. Luffy's cackling away with those liberation drums backing him. This look helps Marines recognize him from his current bounty poster. The Giants of Elbaf are overjoyed finally seeing the warrior of liberation themselves. St. Mars huffs, noticing two Nikas. Doesn't take long figuring out Bonney mimicked the form thanks to her devil fruit. The Elder launches fierce beam attack, reminding them of their place. Luffy lets others know, no matter what they try, nothing damages these monsters. Luffy leaps up as massive balloon taking the full attack, and this is clearly painful. His plan, have them throw him at the enemy as hard as they can. Jinbei and Frankie have zero objections, no hesitation. Frankie seems pretty enthusiastic actually. Meanwhile, Bonney's absolutely dumbfounded by their plan. Dory tells Straw Hats they'll leave dealing with the big bird to them. Brogy then scolds their crewmates for dancing like idiots, ordering them putting out fire and moving ship. Other giants look shocked. Their captains were just dancing too. What I'm noticing here, Giants' love for Nika is genuine, deep admiration for this legendary figure. Luffy looks absolutely menacing, grabbing the Elder's wings. He tells friends, hurry, while he's got the creature. While preparing attacks, Sanji lets Bonney know their captain's orders are absolute. The three prepare new attacks. Bonney even has her own partially coated elephant gun version. They all hit Luffy's back, causing him crying out in pain. Bonney's features drop in disbelief. She had no idea attacks would actually hurt him. Luffy keeps screaming in agony. Mars feels the impact from his side. Luffy makes clear all attacks definitely hurt since they're using Haki. Out of these three, Sanji definitely had Haki access. We see Bonney's capable based on her fist appearance. Does this mean Frankie has armament Haki now? Sanji tells Bonney don't hold back. Frankie says keep going until life's crushed out of him. Bonney wonders what the hell's wrong with them. You'd think they have some grudge. Luffy continues bracing against many attacks. Huge sweat bead runs down Mars's beak, feeling pressure. With booming dawn balloon, he's sent hurtling away. Luffy's happy giving the monster that treatment, not expecting it back anytime soon. Finally, time leaving, but Luffy wonders about rest of crew. According to Sanji, they were supposed making their way down, but they're late. Atlas volunteers checking the situation, surprising Sanji. Atlas knows York's monitoring them, thinking about Lilith as she rockets upward. Underwater, the recorded Vegapunk voice resumes from within submerged Iron Giant. Broadcast Snail looks like it just woke from long night. Vegapunk says, nothing. Of the sorts, that's why. The Charlotte siblings on Whole Cake Island are surprised seeing broadcast suddenly resume. They wonder what Doctor meant by endlessly inherited aspect known as will. Yeah, we missed important information about D's will. Vivi and Morgans are shocked broadcasts back. Some people think bad signal. Vegapunk York reaches elders, letting them know transmission only interrupted. Broadcast Snail's memory circuit still operational. To really shut things down, they need destroying it. Doctor could only pray message received by those who suffered. Sadly, nobody heard anything. Meanwhile, Gon's having great time off-grid with Sarfunkel. Shifting back to Luffy, the pirate's shocked by what he sees overhead. Things fall from sky. Everyone wonders what's happening, but Marines quickly realize it's not rain, it's building bits and Cypherpole agents falling. They absolutely need catching them or they die. Seraphim get recovered too. Luffy tells Giants the big worm's spitting them out like fountain. Dory's worried about it coming after them, insisting getting distance. Just then, Chpater shifts attention. The worm monster tries sucking ancient ship into massive gullet, undoing all progress. Eager to fight, Luffy punches monstrosity with hulking fist. His literal biggest fans eagerly cheer their hero on. Young Vice Admiral Dahl and Marines weren't happy. This scene's way too ridiculous for Marine grunts wrapping heads around. Then the boar starts huffing. Saint Warcury rushes past Luffy and Chpater, heading straight towards ship. Luffy shouts to others, the boar skin's really durable. Giant captains know this beast, frantically telling crew move. The Elder leaps to ram right into ship. Unfortunately, Bonney wouldn't help here, being free like Nika was exhausting. Even Luffy tends looking like old prune when transformation ends. Luffy reacts to something he senses from below. As Dory and Brogy cry in fear of ship destruction, it finally re-emerges, the Iron Giant's fist. The Colossus clobbers the oversized pork chop, even breaking one huge tusk. From there, we hear from legendary first pirate Joy Boy himself. In the past, he told the Iron Giant Emeth that the time was at hand. The Elder gets sent back to island. Emeth questions what Joy Boy meant by the time. Dory and Brogy's eyes leave their sockets, wondering what this titanic machine is. Luffy's eyes, on the other hand, are shining like stars as tears of joy stream from them. He's really happy finally seeing the big guy in action, watching this ancient warrior punch an elder with that massive fist. What's running through my head? That Iron Giant was waiting 200 years for this exact moment. Joy Boy told him, the time is at hand, and now with Luffy's presence awakening him, that time has finally come. The fact Emeth can hear Joy Boy's voice from the past while sensing Luffy's Nika drums in the present connects them across centuries. This isn't just a robot reactivating, this is an ancient promise being fulfilled. Calling it now, Emeth recognizing Luffy as Joy Boy's successor means this ancient warrior's about to go all out protecting him. Huge shout out to channel members, Silver Phoenix, the indigenous narrative guy, Nick Miller, Easy One, Yumnam Renubala, Anga09H2R, Chance of Sun, Antonius Adiostiana, Pech Thanaponsanvai, and everyone else whose names are on screen. You legends make these possible. Drop a like and your wildest theories in comments. We're pushing for 1 million subs, so share with your One Piece crew.